what's up you guys, After Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Once Upon a Time. This is Season 5, Episode 3. This marks the first video of Once Upon a Time on the regular schedule. Last two episodes, I was fully intending to do binge and release with the show, but since those, I've decided that this will be a regular show, and it's a Monday show now. So, how's it going? How you doing? For those of you who are only here for Once Upon a Time, there is a thing that I like to do each week with my videos. I'll go through the comments from last week, we'll talk about them a little bit, and then we'll start the episode and enjoy the episode together. So last week's comments, let's get through. Yeah, some people were a bit rough on you in the comments last season. I think you said it best. People expect you to be open to their input and opinions, so they should do the same for yours. Yeah. How were they when they gave their honest opinions? That's not entirely true. A lot of people, there was actually a couple of people that, were quite rough with their comments. Like, literally someone told me, why was I still watching the show when, like, they basically said that I should start watching the show. And that just upset me. So, I mean, that's not really being open to other opinions. That's saying, hey, you don't like my opinion. Like, you don't agree with what I think, so you shouldn't be watching the show. Anyways, I agree the whole point of the reaction is to see it through your eyes and get your thoughts and opinions. Yes, I still think the Snow and Charming thing makes sense, but it was poorly explained that the author forced them to harm Maleficent's child. Yes, I agree. They just lacked the apprentice's magical strength to understand what had been done to them, leaving them to reconcile the vile thing that they did with the heroes so they were so desperately wished to be. I mean, there's also the fact that, like, they lied about it afterwards as well. That's a whole situation. Like, the author didn't make them do that, so. The apprentice said the wand was full of light magic, so that's why they only needed dark magic to use it. Oh, I thought that he said that you needed both light and dark, but I guess, okay, that makes sense. Referring to Emma being serious when Rumpel had first become the Dark One, he was a serious Dark One, especially when it came to his son Belfire. He turned villagers into snails and stepped on them, but as the years went by, he lost his son. He became more giddy and comical. I didn't think of that. Interesting. I like Darkswan's aesthetic. It's a nice twist on the old Brothers Grimm description of Snow White. Skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as night. But her hair's white. But yeah, no, I can understand that. I'm sorry to hear about the harsh words you received last season. I hope you don't let it discourage you and get you down. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. People online can be ruthless and probably continue to be. The invisibility granted by the internet tends to enable such behavior. But rest assured, you have people in your corner. That's very nice. I don't have the right to speak for people. I don't know, but I like to hope that some of them feel the same way. I'll continue to be honest and frank, but also considerate. I hope you can take comfort in that. They weren't harsh, they gave their honest opinions, I read them. Well, then people have removed some of their comments, because if you read them all, there was some harsh ones. I'm just saying there was. Galahad is another knight of the Round Table. He is quite famous in the myths, actually. You might have heard of his name from other shows too, like the Librarians. Right, yes, Galahad, yes. There will always be people who don't agree with your opinion, but they always should stay polite. Season 4 of Once Upon a Time is certainly not a great season, but as you mentioned, it has some things going for it. I will admit I don't always agree with your Once Upon a Time Season 4 reactions, but I always do like to explore the subjects from multiple sides, and your opinion is always very interesting. So never change, because we are all here for your unique view on TV shows and movies. As for this episode, I think I had quite a similar experience when I watched it for the first time. Something I also want to state, I'm only now just getting to, like, the later episodes. Like, I understand that I had a negative view on, like, the later episodes of Season 4, and I'm only now getting to those on YouTube, and surprisingly enough, not getting as much backlash as I did when I uploaded them to Patreon. I don't know why that is. It seems like maybe, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Rumpel is no longer evil as he's been cleansed of it, so Belle will get to truly know him. Okay. I love Charming's expression when Dopey was turning into a tree. He didn't even look horrified. He was just like, oh, here we go. It's like that meme. Oh, shit, here we go again. I think the only reason Emma didn't turn to dust when she touched Excalibur is that she is the Dark One. Dark Ones are, as we know, all-powerful and immortal. And I guess that's what protected Emma. Okay. This is in contrast to the poor mortal knight who wasn't very lucky and turned into dust. If Regina didn't want to become the evil queen because of a 10-year-old girl who was tricked to reveal a secret, if Regina didn't murder innocents and making that knight an orphan, Robin wouldn't need saving. Emma is now fully the Dark One because of selfish Regina. If Regina went into the tavern when Tink told her, this wouldn't have happened. Regina only has herself to blame for Robin. Regina is not the savior. There is no savior for the curse. Emma already said that. I mean, I think this show is very much about redemption. So just like holding her accountable for a lot of stuff is important, yes. But I don't think we should be blaming her for every little thing that happened. I mean, she is very much human. I mean, fairy tale human. And she's made mistakes. I don't like the idea of being harsh on her now after everything that she's done to kind of redeem herself. I don't know. That's just me. Anyways, let's get into the episode.
Our yields way down, boys. I know
they were whistling the song.
If we're going to free Merlin, we need Witchbane.
Yeah, the labels are all
Witchbane.
Like Witchbane. It's not a glamour anyway.
It's actually a thing.
You sure?
Regina's right, Emma.
I heard someone say a woman is right. It's always a safe assumption, isn't it, David? How are you progressing,
I'm
Madam
never
Xavier?
right, so.
progress.
We know she's your daughter, but you gotta do something, because if you won't, we will.
Do not hurt her.
It's okay, they can't.
Like, that's all that matters? Stop being a scared parent. Be our sheriff again. We need you.
I'll see about getting the axe back.
Don't
Thanks
get
for letting
mad
us
at
know.
him.
Looks like just another
being a
insult
daddy.
for us to swallow down.
Why does she need an axe? That's alarming, right?
I don't know, I mean, what can she do with an axe that she couldn't just do with her powers?
Is it because of the stone?
Just wish she'd talk to us.
I know, me too.
Any luck finding your
I
blade?
don't know.
No luck
I
finding
find it
Excalibur,
kind of
I'm
funny.
afraid,
He
but
just
I'm
like
coming
shows
to you
up
with
in
something
full
far
body
more
armor.
urgent. Our reliquary's been robbed.
I don't know. Everyone
I'm
else
sorry,
is just in
what?
casual clothing.
Magical relics collected by the Knights of the Round Table.
A dwarf axe? No, that's a creative path to failure.
Dwarf axes cut through everything.
Nothing cuts through magic. Except maybe a kiss. Have you thought about kissing it out? So why don't you stop messing around and go get the hero we need? Oh, and you and I both know who that is.
Regina?
This child could be my only chance for someone to truly love me, and I mean, you got a second chance. Why can't I?
Because you took your second chance.
But you've had a second chance.
You sexually
And a second chance.
Like,
You can't keep painting yourself as a victim. I will make sure your baby is fine and loved and safe. Just as I promised. The same will certainly not hold for you.
I mean, it is her child, though. You can't take it away from her.
I'll find a man worthy to fill that seat. This is the one that will stand empty forever.
I assume
Like
that was your
Charlie?
chair. Suitable for a king.
No. No, mine is no different to the others in the same way that the table is round. No one of us above the other.
Then why has someone got a different
Except for
chair?
this one. This is the siege Perilous. Reserved for the knight with the purest heart. The one destined to carry out the most sacred quests.
You just said no one was
To a
better
man
than
I
the
trusted
other.
more than a brother.
You make no sense, dude.
Lancelot was a good man. The situation was difficult.
I understand.
I don't really know the story.
Mary Mark.
This is our reliquary, containing sacred magical items our knights have recovered.
That was already lit in there.
Like that.
It's the unquenchable flame.
It's a picture from up inside Zelina.
Whoa, mate.
No, it's of the baby. They
Maybe
call it a
you could.
sonogram.
Yeah, why did you just call it that?
Mixed emotions, I bet.
Evil sister carrying my child. It's painful for me. And yet there's some part of me that can't help but...
Can we just say, like, can we just emphasize that, like, it's really painful for you because you got deceived? You thought you were having sex with Marion, but instead you had sex with somebody else. You were deceived. You were sexually assaulted. That's what it is. But instead you're like, I know it's hard for Regina. I mean, it's hard for me too. Like, dude, like, can we just, like, it really frustrates me. Because, like, in TV, if this was, like, the opposite way around, and Robin was a girl, and, like, call it what it is. You would be calling it what it is. But because he's a guy, they don't call it what it is. Men can be sexually assaulted as well. And I think it's important to display that when it happens. Really frustrates me.
You weren't kidding about Eternal Night. I'm glad we have the torch.
I'm glad we sent Griff home with the horses. These woods would make them
I
restless.
mean, it's not really making much of a difference.
Squire works
like,
hard,
the
Your
torch.
Majesty.
Doesn't seem like it's
You don't
lighting up
thank
the
him
area
enough.
very
I can hear
much.
you saying it even when you don't. Look upon that, brother.
So it is real. It'll never take both of us. I'll go.
I'll wait here. Let the torch be your beacon back.
Let's run! That just puts more emphasis on things. I don't know what the word is.
Has anyone come in to pawn anything today?
Especially a magic bean.
A bean? No one's come in, sorry.
It was worth a shot. That's all right. You have something else I need. May I borrow this?
What is it?
It's not magic, though. It's just a souvenir from Doc's birthday party. It
Is it the
says
trial wizard
Oktoberfest on
tournament
it.
cup?
Chalice will tell me which among you is the thief. So line up for your chance to drink from the sacred cup.
Oh Okay, so it was the guy that was already safe.